Here's a way you can help yourself be a more consistently productive academic researcher and writer. It has to do with being mindful of the transitions that you make into doing your work. So, this week in our co working community, the Academic Writer Space, our theme for the week is transitions. So, all day long, we transition from one activity or task to another, from virtual and physical spaces. We're moving in and out. And when it's time for you to sit down and transition into your work, it makes a difference if you're aware, I'm transitioning right now. When we're transitioning, by the way, we become vulnerable to our attention being grabbed and taken in a different direction. So if you know that you're sitting down to write, for example, say to yourself, I'm transitioning into writing right now. I notice I might have some resistance or this feels hard. What do I need to support myself to move into this task? So here are some things that you can do to support yourself to transition more effectively. These are things you can practice if you're coming to our co-working writing retreat sessions this week, and you can practice these on your own. So first of all, it's really important that you buffer time. So often when we look at people's work plans, it'll say teach 4 to 6, dissertation 6 to 8. Where's the time in between? Where are you going to eat? What do you need in terms of some time to slow down, connect with yourself, think about what you're going to do, and move into the next task? So make sure you actually plan time for yourself to transition. Manage your environment. It's so important that our environment have what we need in it to work and be set up for us to work effectively in. It's much harder to transition into writing, for example, if you have to find the right document and you're looking through a bunch of file folders trying to find the articles you need. If you separate finding things from doing things, you're going to find that it's much easier for you to transition right in because ahead of time you got all of the materials ready to go. You know where the files are. You've got your pad of paper out with the pen. Get your environment set up ahead of time for your work sessions, and you'll find it's easier for you to transition. Think of transition time also as warm-up time, just like if you were going to run a race or if you were going to perform on the piano. It would help if you warmed up. You're actually going to perform better. So if you're sitting down to write, maybe you don't expect yourself to transition immediately into writing. You give yourself some warm-up activities of reading some old writing that you've done, maybe doing some light editing, reading an article that's highly relevant to the section you're writing. Give yourself a chance to warm up, and then it will be easier to transition. And finally, this is a key practice for transitioning. When you're ending a work period, a lot of times we'll just drop and stop working. We won't actually leave ourselves a trail of breadcrumbs, a note describing where was I in my work? What was I thinking about? Where do I want to pick up again? So when you transition out of your work consciously with some kind of notes to yourself, you make it easier for the you that shows up the next day to transition back into the work. So I hope you'll come and co-work with us. If you haven't tried a free week of co-working at the Academic Writer Space, it's a wonderful community and we get a lot of work done together. I'm looking forward to co-working with all of you in our community, and I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you on Zoom.